Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, this is going to be a fun episode for me, so make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, we all know that the current NBA scoring championship or title race is very, very close, right? It's very, very close. And after that huge performance that Lebron James had yesterday in Cleveland, and by the way, LeBron, man, you did, if I was Kevin Love, man, I don't know if I'm dapping you up. To me, why would you do me? But anyway, whatever. I guess it is what it is. After he dunked on him like that, I just thought that was kind of foul, but whatever. But after that huge performance yesterday in Cleveland, I think LeBron scored 38 points in that game, and of course they came away with the win. I think after that, LeBron James took lead of the scoring title. I think he's now averaging 30 points per game on the dot. And the only two other players behind him who are tied for the same amount of points per game are Joel Embiid, who's scoring 29.8 points per game, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's scoring the exact 29.8 points per game. So LeBron right now, as we currently speak, is leading the way. So this morning, I was doing some research, and I stumbled upon an article via sportsrush.com. You guys can go out there and really hunt it down and read it for yourself. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, it was actually focusing on some very interesting comments that Giannis Antetokounmpo made that really we want to get into here in this particular video. So essentially, Giannis was asked about, his thoughts about going after another regular season MVP award and also about individual accolades. And essentially, this is what Giannis Antetokounmpo had to say. He said, "Oh, hell no, I've already done it. Who's in the race?" Now, let me tell you why I think Giannis Antetokounmpo's comments speak volumes. People like Giannis, like Kobe, like Kawhi, these are people that are transfixed on winning championships. I've heard Kawhi, as a Kawhi Leonard fan, I've heard so many Kawhi Leonard fans say, why doesn't Kawhi score more points per game? Why doesn't he try to average 27? Why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that? It became fairly obvious to me that the only thing Kawhi Leonard cares about is winning NBA championships, period, end of story. If you look at his play in the regular season, if you go look at his numbers from season to season, and you go look at his numbers, his playoff numbers, it's like two different players. Literally. It's like two different human beings that are playing. His playoff numbers are up there with Michael Jordan. Like he puts up incredible playoff stats. And it became fairly obvious to me that Kawhi doesn't care about winning regular season MVPs. I think he won defensive player. He won those two defensive players of the year in the flow of playing basketball. I don't think that was his goal. I think Kawhi only cares about winning championships. And I think that's the exact same thing with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it was the same thing with Kobe Bryant. I remember back, I think it was either in 2012 or so, where Kobe, I think, was leading the race for scoring for the NBA scoring record title that season. And he was in a close race with Kevin Durant. And I think Kobe had a chance to secure the scoring title because Kevin Durant was leading him, and all Kobe had to do was play, I think, one or two more games. And Kobe Bryant opted to sit out those last two games of the season. And Kevin Durant ended up coming away with the scoring championship. And I think Kobe Bryant understood something very clearly. He knew that his legacy was going to be judged by winning, not by individual accolades to a certain extent. The ultimate goal of playing sports is to win. In any sport, is to win. Whether you're playing golf, whether you're playing tennis, whether you're boxing, whether you're swimming, whether you're racing, whether you're playing basketball, whether you're sprinting, whatever sport you're playing, hockey, whether you're playing football, whatever it is, the goal ultimately is to win. And the spoils of war go to the victors. That is what these people understand, and I think that is what Giannis Antetokounmpo is talking about. I think Giannis was able to see the stark difference in the way he was perceived and received by the public, versus when he won his first, before he became a champion, and afterwards. Giannis's public image has totally been transformed, and I don't think he would have been able to achieve that with individual stats. If that's the case, a lot of us would be saying James Harden is one of the greatest players of all time, or Russell Westbrook is one of the greatest players of all time. Giannis is viewed totally differently now after winning his NBA championship, and not just because he won an NBA championship, but in the fashion that he did. If you all remember, after Giannis Antetokounmpo captured his first NBA championship, what did he say in the press conference, in the interview afterwards? He said, "We did it the right way. This is how you bleep and do it." What was Giannis Antetokounmpo talking about? He was talking about the notion of the only way you can win an NBA championship is with a super team. And some haters out there tried to make it seem as if, oh, just because Giannis Antetokounmpo won a championship, now all of a sudden he was playing on a super team. Cut it freaking out. That's what he was talking about. He's like, let's get back to the competitive side of basketball. What about mano a mano? And I think those comments were a direct shot at the super team boys, the Lebrons of the world, and these other, like Kevin Durant, these guys was who he was taking a direct shot at, and there was nothing you can do about it. That championship that Giannis Antetokounmpo won, it carries more weight than the majority of championships you will see in the NBA over the last 20 to 30 years, because he did it as a solo star in a market that hadn't won in a very long time. It's the same thing with Kawhi when he won his championship in Toronto, and it's the same thing with LeBron James when he won his championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So I think Giannis understands that, listen, this thing is not about chasing stats, because Giannis has all of the accolades any NBA player could. He has a defensive player, he's an MVP, he's an all-star, he's done it all. And I think Giannis at this point realizes that it's time to win championships. And I think it was a shot at LeBron, because even Brian Windhorst, who has been following and chronicling the career of LeBron James since he walked into the NBA, I think even during high school, he said that LeBron now is not trying to win the GOAT debate based on winning or championships. He's trying to win the GOAT debate with using individual stats. That's what he's trying. And essentially, it's not individual stats. It's really longevity stats. Who played at a highest level for the longest period of time? Now, the joke in all of this is that even if LeBron wins the NBA scoring title, he's still not going to be better than Michael Jordan. Even if he leads the NBA in all-time scoring, he's still not going to be better than Michael Jordan, because if that was the case, why would you consider LeBron the greatest player of all time after he passes Kareem, but not consider him the greatest player of all time after he passed Jordan in scoring? I thought he's trying to beat Jordan. It's a stupid, endeavor to undertake. But nevertheless, that's what he's doing. And I think that's what Giannis is talking about. LeBron, to me personally, seems transfixed on individual accolades at this point and not on winning. I just don't see how you can be smiling it up when you're losing. When you're that many games below 500, I think you're the 10th or 9th seed in the Western Conference. And I think that's what Giannis is talking about. And I think that's why so many people love Giannis. Giannis represents the old school basketball fan in the NBA. No more of this AAU NBA. Let's get back to competing. Let's get rid of the super teams. Let's get a squad and let's go mano a mano. Let's see who's the best player. I think that's what Giannis represents, and I think there's a lot of people, a reason why a lot of people love him, despite the hate and the slights that people in the media and others try to take at him. So to me, is he taking a shot? I think he is, because who else is he talking about? Anyway, these are my thoughts and opinions. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we'll definitely catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.